Hey there, this is Daryl again from the Jackson Fishing Team, and today we're going to not so much tie a fly, we will use a vise a little bit, and then the rest will be a gluing project. I don't know, didn't get much feedback about my other gluing project, so we'll be gluing a fly, and the fly we'll be doing will be a little flounder, and we'll take a little closer look at it, and then we'll get to the tying and gluing part and see what you think. All right, this here's a closer look at the little flounder fly. I think it would be better if I had a little like a white or some kind of color like that, but this is the only color of skin I use. And we will take a look and we'll get going on the project, and I'll explain the materials as I go along. I hope you enjoy. All right, this is the hook we're going to use. It's Umpqua XS506. It's a 60-degree jig hook, and it's a 2/0 we're going to use. And you could use a 90-degree jig hook if you wanted, but this is what I had. The next material I'm going to use is 0.035 lead-free wire, and I'm going to do about 15 wraps, and this will get where the fly will sink to the bottom. And we'll wiggle that off, or helicopter it, whatever you want to call, and do the same thing on this back piece. Now, if you wanted to, you could use more lead wraps on there. And next, I'm going to just use a 210 black. You could use white, whatever, just to lock that in there. So this is the tying portion. We'll cut this excess here off, and we'll just build up a taper from above where the point, the barb is, and this will be boring. I'll probably speed this part up, but this will also help when we start gluing the materials to the hook. The thread will help secure it instead of just going with material to bare metal or the lead. And we will try to cover it, not 100%, but a lot of thread on here. And we'll go ahead and do a whip finish. And you don't have to do too many because we'll be gluing stuff onto here, on that part. Alright, now we'll shift cambers. Alright. To get my pattern, I use these Fly Skins fly stencils by Fly Skins, and they have little individual things. There's like, I don't know what you'd call those, tails, and these might be little shrimp legs, crawdad, or maybe small fiddler crab type patterns. And then there's these other fish patterns here, and I traced that on a piece of cardstock, and then on the cardstock I kind of scribbled rounding these corners right here a little wider and a little wider to get a flounder style shape. You know, it could have been a little wider, but I don't know how wide a little baby flounder is. And then I used, in this case, some exo skin from Kiley's, and this is a blue one and blue and black, and it's kind of stretchy, so it could be pretty strong, but I used a black or an orange and brown type pattern. And then when I had it on here, I would take my cardstock template and I would lay it on here, trace it with a marker, cut that out, and did another one, and would create two of them. And so here I have two of them that I did. What's nice about the brown, or this root beer, it kind of has these little blotches, so it looks like maybe a real flounder on that part. So let's get the glue one part of it on, and you will see how that works. All right. I tried making a few with a Zap-A-Gap type of super glue. That ended up kind of wrinkling, kind of wrinkled up that rubber skin. But I did find that using Gorilla super glue worked best, and I used the brush part to apply it on our things on there. So I'm going to apply some brush on here, some of this super glue. And then I'm going to try to center this on here by putting the nose right at that angle. And that looks pretty good right there. Maybe not, but that looks good. And then I'm going to kind of look at it this way to make sure that it's going to lay flat pretty close. So that there, we will get back to tying, and we'll be looking at the other camera hackle after this dries a little bit. All right, we'll be back. Our next step is to put these fins in on the flounder, and I'm just going to use some hand hackle on there, so I'm going to grab two. And they don't have to be pretty, because we're going to glue those on. That looks pretty good right there. I'm just going to strip those like that. And I'm going to put this one like on this side, so I'm going to strip some of these off right here. And I'm going to brush some super glue on that side. And then I'm just going to lay it over. I want to make sure I'm overlapping past that. So that I got somewhat of a resemblance of a fin. Like that there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna measure again and strip those off. And I'm gonna glue that on with this fiber going forward, and I'm gonna strip off this inside. To create the next fin on the flounder, and we'll let that dry. And then again, we'll glue that on there so that we got a fin hanging there. And then we'll let that dry for a little bit, and we will get back to the process. All right, now we're going to trim off those off. And then we're going to try to line up this other one about where the hook is coming out. I'm going to guess it's about right there. And then I'm going to figure the center here, and I'm going to poke a hole through that, and then just to make that hole so it doesn't seal back up, we're gonna heat up the bodkin a little bit, and then we're gonna pull that through, and it maybe created a little hole. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that through there. And we'll see how close we line it up. We might have to do another one. Yeah, we'll have to do another one. And we'll poke it through there again. Yeah. And that's fairly close right there. We're gonna go with that. And I'm gonna try to pick that up there and get my super glue. And we're gonna apply some super glue in here, including on the top part. And then we're gonna and then I'm gonna try to lift up the back tail here. And then I'm going to apply the eyes right now. I'm going to use some living eyes in ice and 4mm. And I like to put them like on my hand right here while I'm doing this. And I'm going to apply some little super glue right in here. Yeah. You put those eyes on there. And we'll let that dry up for a while, and we'll get back and show you the next step. All right, here's the somewhat finished fly, but I'm just going to go ahead and, you don't have to do this, but I think it's a nice little touch by just putting a little nose on there to tighten up some of that vinyl. Lost my scissors. Build up a little head. apply a little UV on top of the eyes, just so they'll last a little longer, and maybe give the head a little shape. And then add some UV to the thread wraps. And then we'll clean that up. I see I got a broken thread. Which I'm going to try to fix. Don't know how that happened, but we'll just add a little bit of and we'll reapply a little bit of and there we have it. A little flounder fly. Well, I hope you found that interesting. I'm going to be submitting 2 of these flies that I've tied up. Not many of them are very consistent, so they're going to be a little different. They might not be a winner for that Marsh Madness that Haddrell's Fin and Feathers putting on, but it might be something different. Maybe the judges will like it and score it a little bit differently than the guy that I'm going against for this bracket type series. But I don't know. I doubt it. I think I need more practice on working up this dream. And I'm sure maybe if I Google it somewhere, there might be some other flies out there that are using similar type materials. But anyway, that's what it is. It's fun. Get out and explore. Try to dream up some patterns to give it a try. All right, I'm Daryl, and we'll see you on the water. Bye.